Let's talk about one of my favorite methods for finding winning A/B tests, and this one is called competitor review analysis. This one is so powerful because we're not just guessing what could be a winning A/B test on an e-commerce site. We're actually going into the data of your competitors and analyzing what people love about the brand, but also their biggest hesitations or dislikes, which we can then use to form our own ideas, what we should be focusing on product pages, home pages, in our ads, but also throughout the checkout flow. So today I'm going to dive into how you can use this. While it's advanced, I think you can pretty much find momentum in this flow very fast and come up with some great ideas for testing. So diving in, there are three areas that you can focus on when you look at your competitors. You could look at service reviews. So this would be their experience on their website, the ordering process, receiving the product, the shipping experience, the payment experience. So everything related to the service part from the beginning of entering the website to until you receive the package in the end. So that's the service part of things. Number two is the product reviews, which is obviously about the quality of the product and everything good and bad about those products, which we might want to analyze because we might be selling something very similar or exactly the same as them. And then finally, it's about visualizing their customer journeys and understanding how those journeys may give us clues to a better user flow on our website. That could be on the ad front, that could be on landing pages, or that could be on new design ideas on categories, product pages, and so forth. So that's sort of the overview of what I want to dive into today. And let's just go straight into the nitty-gritty of how to analyze service reviews. So, any website is probably most websites are probably collecting service reviews, but not every competitor is. When I talk about service reviews, I'm talking about Trustpilot or Yelp or any of these other massive, places where you can rate the service level of a business. It could also, so if it's, a dentist or if it's a carpenter, you might be using, let's say Yelp, or you might be using Google. There are plenty of areas where you can find reviews. The big one for e-commerce is definitely Trustpilot, but there's other competitors that might be relevant for your industry, for your country, and for your market. But just basically go out and do your research and find out what your competitors are using. And once you have your list of competitors and what they're using for service reviews, then I want you to pick an AI to help scrape those reviews, because it's going to take a long time for you to copy paste every single service reviews and then analyze it. We use something called Browse AI, and you can just Google that and you'll find it. What you can do here is you can use one of their robots to target a specific URL, and it will then scrape all the reviews. This is going to save you hundreds and hundreds of hours. And the very, let's say, cheap way of doing this, if you don't know how to set this up, is you can also go to Upwork or Fiverr and work with scrapers, where you can say, hey, this is all the content I want scraped. I want it neatly organized with these columns, and I want to deliver it in a spreadsheet. You can do that too, and they're using these AI tools and scrapers in order to collect that data, but you can also do it yourself. That's what we're doing at Purple Fire. So once you have all the data collected, now it's time to analyze those service reviews so we can understand what is it people like about the service experience. Do they like the shipping experience? Do they like the credit card payment methods we have, right? We don't know. We want to understand more about that. So we're going to be using OpenAI or ChatGPT. We're going to be using the paid version, and we're going to be using Noticable, which is sort of a plugin extension you can apply atop of ChatGPT, which allows you to analyze CSV files so you can understand what is actually inside. And with those two apps put together, you can understand and read the sentiment of all the reviews, and then you can write out a prompt, something based around, give me the top 10 reasons why people like the service of X company within this sheet, right? And you can also write what are the top dislikes that people have noted in the reviews in this CSV file, And then you can say, obviously, make sure to categorize for 10 dislikes, 10 likes, so that we end up with a table of the most common likes and dislikes, right? So you want the AI to basically summarize, read the sentiment, and categorize so that you have this list. That's really, really important because you don't want to take action on something that's not important. So if we dive a little bit further here, let's say we analyze a competitor, and out of 2,000 answers, 280 people answered they love the fast delivery speed or time that this company have, this competitor of yours. And 240 people said that they loved the customer service. It was really fast and it was easy to get in touch and they were really nice to talk with. And then the list goes down. Less and less people have indicated that they liked something as we go down the list, but it could also have been something like the chat. The chat on the website was really useful. That the return policy is super good and it's easy to return things. They already gave you a return envelope and so forth in the mail. It was super easy, and the list goes on and on and on. And it could just be tons of areas that people like. Why is this powerful? This is not random stuff here. This is what people love about your competitors when it relates to the service. So imagine the amount of A/B tests we could run based on this information. If we have the top 10 things people like, we could say, okay, do we match or are we even better than our competitors on those areas? Like, let's say our return policy is even better, or we have a faster checkout, or we have better delivery. We have better delivery systems where we actually carry the product into the apartment of the customer and assemble it, whatever it might be. We can see if we can beat them in those areas. And interestingly enough, what you'll see is that you're probably not highlighting it very well on your website. You're probably not highlighting how fast your delivery is or how well rated your customer service experience is. And we know the competitors have customers that love it. So there's a high chance that if we make this really easy to discover on your website, that maybe we'll get a conversion lift. So this is the powerful thing about using data of your competitors to optimize your own website in the best way possible. And likewise, we could also analyze, of course, the things that people hate about the service of the competitor. Maybe it's like that the delivery time is too long, or it takes really way too long to get an answer on emails. It could also be that the prices are too high. There's just tons of things. But whatever people indicate as a dislike on your competitors, that's an opportunity for you to improve on your own website. So let's say that you have really competitive prices. Maybe we could do an A/B test where we write that we have price match, or we have the best prices in the industry, whatever it might be. We could highlight the fact that our prices are so good and see if it moves the needle. Because on the competitors, we can see they really dislike the fact that the prices are too high. So maybe this is a segment, this is a market where price sensitivity is really, really, really high or really, really low, and you can run A/B tests based on your findings. So I love actually optimizing based on things people hate or dislike about our competitors. I often find that actually gives the best results when it comes to A/B testing. So that was, how to use service reviews. Now you could copy this related to, product reviews. The same thing that I just said to you, but now we're doing it on product reviews instead. So we're scraping, their product pages for reviews, or we're Amazon or wherever they have product reviews, we're scraping, and we're running the same prompts again. And now, of course, we want to A/B test whatever we find on the product pages, perhaps, and the cart and checkout, because it relates specifically to products competitors are selling and also ours, right? So we want to find opportunities for talking about things on product pages here. So the final thing I want to talk about is how you can actually use this when it comes to visualizing the customer journey. And basically, there's an app that we've been using a lot, or a software called Funnelytics.io. This is an amazing software which I have no affiliation with, but we use it on our clients because what you can do is you can plug in your clients, hook it up with analytics, hook it up with meta ads and everything, and you can actually see your whole customer journey. You can segment based on UTM parameters and all that stuff, and I can see where people are dropping off in that customer journey. Now, why is it really powerful to analyze your competitor's customer journey? Well, we can see if they're using landing pages. We can see if they're using pre-sales. We can see what kind of creative and ads they're running, right? So what hooks are they using in their ads? What are they talking about on their landing pages? What are they talking about on product pages and so forth? And by analyzing that flow, you could come up with A/B tests to simplify your customer journey. You could expand it, add in an additional step like a pre-sale, advertorial, or whatever it might be, a landing page. Or you could simply redo your ads. Maybe you're going to try some of the same hooks that they have been trying, and you can see how you can potentially find 10, 20, 30 A/B tests just by analyzing their customer journey and saying there's strong evidence they're successful here. Let's try a similar customer journey, which requires us to add in 1 or 2 steps, change an ad, and then you could A/B test that. Simply see the kind of results. So those are 3 methods that you can really use in a powerful way in order to find new winning A/B tests, which is probably going to give you really good uplifts. Hopefully that was useful. Please do like and subscribe on YouTube to my podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It does mean a lot. It's only growing because you guys are actually engaging with it and actually liking it, following, and subscribing. So please, if you found any content in this little episode useful, please go ahead and do that so that we can keep growing and releasing more content.